Blessed be all my Aries people out there, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see just what's going on when it comes to your weekly astrological and tarot card forecasts for the week starting June 16th, 2025. And remember, if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow the links in the down bar below. So what's going on with your astrology weather this week? Well, on the 16th of June and through the 19th of June, we've got a rather tough aspect that we're all going through. Jupiter newly arrived in Cancer, square to Saturn and Neptune in Aries, which for you is going to be bringing about the potential for some conflicts and even a crisis of faith around some kind of household income, household plan, or family setup or situation. Now, this is often something that is precipitated by a revelation or an understanding that something is not working out or going to get us to where we want to go as we have set it up. Or there could be something that comes up where maybe some kind of restrictive influence or restrictive condition is going to have to be dealt with versus tolerated. And it can be a tough thing to go through, but it is a time where you need to be ready. On the 22nd, we've got Mars in Virgo, sextile to Jupiter in Cancer. And so it's not going to always be so tough this week, because with Mars in Virgo, sextile to Jupiter in Cancer, we have some bold breakthroughs and some very important help coming your way that might actually be helping you to settle some kind of family or household income situation with a bold breakthrough around a work development. So that is what we've got for your astrology and the weather. Let's have a look and see what's going on with your tarot and the traffic. All right, Aries, here is your traffic. And it looks like for your big spiritual theme or your big focus, you have the Ace of Wands and it's upright. The Ace of Wands is all about big boosts coming to things in your life that are probably going to start opening up new roads for projects, pursuits, or connections that have maybe come into a place where they need to go through a bit of a level up. So this week is going to be full of a lot of excess activities. Things in your life that have been kind of small or progressing slowly are definitely going to be speeding up. But with the Ace of Wands, you are going to need to be ready to make sure you give the time, the space, and the resources, whatever is necessary to invest with what you want to grow. For your material circumstances, work, job, and finances, you've got the Six of Swords, and it's reversed. Now, the Six of Swords in reverse is all about returns, turnarounds, and return journeys. Now, this can sometimes indicate things coming back from the past, whether it's old opportunities, old money, or maybe even things that maybe you had to turn aside from once, or maybe that, kind of fell by the wayside or, parked on the shoulder of the road of life, now coming back into motion, now coming back into focus. And so if there's something you want to reintegrate there or something that could be coming back as a pleasant surprise, be ready. For your community with friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you've got the Ace of Cups in reverse. And this week, you might be getting some difficult news, especially when it comes to maybe a friend, a relative, or a member of your community, where it's been revealed that there could be something getting held back, some suffering in silence, somebody, that has been maybe going through a hard time, but not letting it be known. And it might be something that does kind of come out this week that they've been self-censoring, or it's something that they do need to share, but they're having a hard time sharing. So you might need to be ready to kind of help them out there. For your challenge this week, you've got the Queen of Cups upright. This is not a bad challenge, but with the Queen of Cups, what can often happen is we are challenged ourselves to receive help with things where maybe the help, maybe the fix isn't really helping or fixing the way we want something to be fixed. Now, this could be, one of those situations where somebody is offering a good idea, offering their time, offering a favor, and yet at the same time, they want to help you with something, but they're going to have to do it their own way. And your challenge is to, let them do it their own way. And for your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the Star upright. The star card is indicating some good fortune that we might have to wait for. This is the card of good news, but it comes in stages. And so for a lot of you, there could be some kind of special development or special news that you and a significant other are going to be looking forward to, whether this is something coming through the grapevine, or this is something that you're looking to get started. But it's sort of something getting confirmed or committed for further down the road, maybe like a month or two away, or even maybe sooner than that. We can't really fast forward this, but it is going to be a welcome bit of news. And for those of you who are single or are available to new people, it's very likely there could be a good connection getting started this week, but probably not established till a bit later. This is the card of exchanging numbers, having good talks, but the fireworks come a little bit further down the road. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, Son of Selene, and should you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. All right, Taurus, time for your weekly astrological and tarot card forecasts for the week starting June 16th, 2025. And just a quick reminder for everybody out there, if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, just head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow the links in that down bar below. And so what's going on when it comes to your astrology weather for the week? Well, the 16th through the 19th, we've got a tough aspect, and I might even put out a special video about this here pretty soon, with Jupiter in Cancer square to Saturn and Neptune in Aries at the same time. And this is creating the potential for some conflicts and even a crisis of faith. And for you, this is coming up and activating your third house of communications, as well as collaborations, contracts, and commitments, and your 12th house of the past, secret opportunities, hidden information, and so forth. Now, there could be something coming up here where it's possible a contract, a commitment, or a personal connection is challenged because of old business, or a crisis of faith or a conflict comes up because of something coming out into the open that was never out in the open before. And this could create a conflict or a crisis of faith in a group situation, or in a commitment or a contract situation. And it's going to be important to navigate what we can do, because we can't hold on to the old way of doing things. On the 22nd, however, we've got Mars in Virgo forming a beautiful sextile to that Jupiter in Cancer. And it looks like there could be some bold breakthroughs that are actually going to see you through this crisis, or see you through this challenge, because of the help of an important friend, family member, or maybe even significant other. With Mars sextile to Jupiter in Cancer, there is going to be a champion to your cause, somebody who is going to be in your corner, stepping up. And so be ready to welcome some important connections that are going to do some important good work for you. So that is what we've got for your astrology and the weather. Let's have a look and see what's going on with your tarot and the traffic. All right, Taurus, here's your tarot traffic. And it looks like for your big spiritual theme or your big focus, you have the Knight of Wands upright. Now, the Knight of Wands is a really good card, because this is the card of important assistance coming closer into your life. This week, you're going to be noticing opportunities to have people get more involved with things where you could use more people power, more hands on deck, and even some important backup. With the Knight of Wands, this is the card where we do, especially if you've been flying solo, want to be welcoming some new ideas, fresh blood, or any kind of help. Because with the Knight of Wands, there's also a message of somebody being able to take something farther than you can for you. And that might come up a couple of times this week. For your material circumstances, work, job, and finances, you've got the Eight of Swords reversed. A prime example of a card you want reversed, not upright. Because the Eight of Swords reversed is all about blockages, binds, restrictions, and confinements going away. And so this is going to be a week where some kind of major boundary or blockage in a financial or a professional situation is disappearing, which is great, whether this is something that's been standing in front of you or something that's been a ball and chain holding you onto something you want to move on from. For your community with friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you've got the Death card up reversed. Now, the Death card reversed is indicating this week there could be some issues coming up where it's possible an old issue with a friend, a family member, or a member of your community that should be solved, or we thought was solved, is not. The Death card reverse can indicate something that is stuck, something that's not turning over, something that is maybe holding on to the past or repeating past patterns. And you may need to be ready to kind of get engaged or get involved in order to finally seal something up for good. Your challenge this week is the Judgment card upright. And the Judgment card is all about, well, transcendence. This is the card of tests, but also preparation for important graduations, level ups, promotions, and just the raising up of our quality of life. And when the Judgment card shows up as a challenge, this can indicate this week there could be some important meetings, conversations, interviews, or tests of your methods that you need to be ready to engage, whether these are important conversations, important sit-downs, whatever. But with the Judgment card upright, the cool thing is that this is kind of like a big test in preparation, again, for a big graduation. The pressure's on, but it's a good pressure. And for your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the Seven of Wands reversed. And the Seven of Wands reversed is indicating this week there could be something coming up where you and a partner may need to sit down and talk about where we might not necessarily be confronting a problem, a challenge, or a concern the right way. The Seven of Wands reversed is often a card that says we need to reassess how or where we are fighting our battles, where we are maybe not fighting a battle where we should, or where we might be fighting a battle in the wrong place or the wrong way or with the wrong people. And with the Seven of Wands reversed, there could be kind of a correction of the methods that is coming up this week. But the nice thing is with the Seven of Wands reversed as well is that we're also getting a chance to correct a course where we didn't know we were getting something wrong. For those of you who are single or are available to new people, this can also indicate a need for a change of method, a change of approach, a change of direction, or a change of opinion about maybe a strategy when it comes to finding new love. Now, this can also indicate, though, you might have to change where or how you're going about finding it, but if you do, things are going to open up. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, Son of Selene, and should you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Blessed be all my Gemini people out there, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see just what is going on when it comes to your weekly astrological weather and tarot traffic reports for the week starting June 16th, 2025. And just a quick reminder, if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow the links in that down bar below. So what's going on when it comes to your astrology weather for the week? Well, the 16th through the 19th, we've all got a tough one with Jupiter in Cancer, your second house of income, employment, and security, square to Saturn and Neptune in Aries, your 11th house of friendships and your support system. And there could be something coming up where a crisis or a conflict of faith could be showing up around an important connection or maybe a business connection or friendship where business interests or security interests are entangled. And this could be a situation where you need to be ready for a conflict or a crisis of faith. Whatever comes up here is indicating the old way of doing things or the old way of holding out or the old way of trying to maybe relate or take care of this situation won't work anymore. Luckily, on the 22nd, however, Mars in Virgo is going to be making a brilliant sextile to that Jupiter in Cancer, bringing in some bold breakthroughs. And it's very possible that there could be some kind of big win coming your way because of some kind of helpful ally or alliance that is going to be setting things up in a new, secure way or putting you on a better road to financial and personal success. So that is what we've got for your astrology and the weather. Let's have a look and see what's going on with your tarot and the traffic. All right, Gemini, here's your tarot traffic. And it looks like for your big spiritual theme or your big focus, you've got the Page of Wands upright. And the Page of Wands is all about invitations, initiations, and new adventures getting off the ground. And you might be finding that this week is going to be bringing you a lot of opportunities to kind of get out of your neck of the woods, get out of maybe a space or a story or a timeline or a pattern that you've kind of outgrown or it has nowhere else to go. This does, however, with the Page of Wands, require you to have a bit more of an explorative or a bit more receptive attitude to whatever happens, but there could be some really good stimulation there as well. Your material circumstances, work, job, and finances, you've got the Fool reversed. And the Fool card reversed is indicating that this week there could be something going on where some kind of project or venture, or maybe even something around a job or financial arrangement is going to go through a bit of a hiccup or a trip up, some kind of bad move or some kind of miscalculation or maybe mishandling of something, in recent or less recent history, maybe around paperwork, maybe around a negotiation, maybe around an arrangement, could create a bit of a setback. And the Fool card reverse is basically saying, okay, we might have to be ready to correct something or fix a caught mistake or even undo something that we did if we're going to fix it. For your community with friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you've got the Nine of Pentacles upright. And the Nine of Pentacles upright is all about success, good fortune, as well as early payoffs. And this could be news coming to you through a friend, a family member, or an ally, either about something that they've got going on or something that they want to be sharing with you. A lot of the times the Nine of Pentacles in this position, this is kind of happening with somebody else, but it does also imply good fortune for everybody connected to them. And so, sometimes we are lifted up by proximity effect, and that looks to be what's going on with you. Your challenge this week is the Nine of Wands upright. And so the Nine of Wands as a challenge can sometimes ask us to pay attention to our boundaries, our barriers, and our barricades and our protections. Where are they serving us and where are they working against us, right? Sometimes we have to look and see where it is that we can't have nice things because of certain boundaries, protections, or arrangements that we have. A lot of the times the Nine of Wands can show up where we might have to discover where something that we are working with or abiding or something that we're keeping up is actually working against our highest good, even though we thought it was protecting and taking care of us. And this week, you might need to be ready to review and revise. And for your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the Nine of Cups in reverse. And the Nine of Cups in reverse is all about, wishes getting granted, but wishes getting granted in a way where they don't feel complete or they don't feel quite right. A lot of the times the Nine of Cups reverse is kind of like we're getting something that we wanted, but it turns out it's either not all it's cracked up to be, or it's showing the totality of what it is, and that's not working for us. Now, this could be something that you and a partner kind of realize about some kind of attainment, accomplishment, or maybe even, something that we had really high hopes or expectations for, but it's not so great. Or for those of you who are single or available, this could be a situation where we're just kind of like, we're kind of feeling a little bit, shorted in some kind of experience with somebody new. Whatever the case is with the Nine of Cups reversed, pay attention to what you're trying to do and what communications are happening. This is a wish being granted that is not really a good wish, and it can be fixed. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, Son of Selene, and should you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Blessed be all of my Cancerian people out there, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see just what's going on when it comes to your weekly astrological and tarot card forecasts for the week starting June 16th, 2025. And just a quick reminder, if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow the links in the down bar below. So what's going on when it comes to your week? Well, on the 16th and through the 19th, we've all got a bit of a tough aspect to navigate. We've got Jupiter in Cancer square to Saturn and Neptune at the same time in Aries, which is bringing up conflicts and crisis of faith experiences And for you, it has to do with something that could be developing around a personal project, a personal road, or maybe even a career or vocational matter. Now, what is coming up here may actually reveal that something is not taking you or will get you to where you want to go or be accomplished the way you want it to. And it might force you to reassess or rearrange the roads that you have committed to. And this crisis or conflict of faith could come with some crisis or conflict type revelations in the delivery of that news. However, on the 22nd, Mars in Virgo, sextile to Jupiter in your sign, is also going to be coming in to save the day with some bold breakthroughs that you just need to be ready to keep an open mind with when it comes to charting a brand new course for yourself, this personal project, or maybe some kind of personal ambition that you can still accomplish if you change the road you take to get there. So that's what we've got for your astrology and the weather. Let's have a look and see what's going on with your tarot and the traffic. All right, Cancer, time for your traffic. And it looks like for your big spiritual theme, your big focus for this week, you've got the Sun upright. You've got a great week ahead of yourself. The Sun card is all about fun, happiness, wholesome simplicity, enjoyment, things just being very uncomplicated. A lot of the times with the Sun card, we get kind of what we would call a freebie week, where even the toughest challenges can kind of feel a bit more like a game. However, with the Sun, sometimes we need to also be ready. Some things in your life are also going to be going through a bit of a reformation, a bit of a fix, and a bit of a cleansing. And that is all very well and good. But sometimes, even though it's good for us, it might not rub everybody around you the right way. So you got to remind yourself and remember to have a good time, even if other people are not really enjoying things going through a cleanup. For your material circumstances, work, job, and finances, you've got the Page of Cups in reverse. Now, the Page of Cups in reverse is indicating this week there could be something coming up where pressure in the form of, quote, good, unquote, attention could be coming your way. A lot of the times the Page of Cups reversed, we have what I would call unwanted affirmative attention. So bribes, peer pressure, people kind of fawning, trying to make you do something or win you over, and it's actually an uncomfortable and not a good experience. And it's important to be ready for whatever this is. Again, this is happening with a professional relationship or a professional situation or a financial situation. Don't sell out to whatever this is, and also make sure that you redraw the boundary around whatever is going on here. For your community with friends and relatives and other people in your life, you've got the Tower reversed. Now, the Tower card reverse is indicating there's probably going to be some news coming your way as far as maybe a situation with a friend or a relative or a group that you're connected to where some kind of big transition is getting underway. This could be a move, a change of job. On the really negative, it could indicate, possibly even news of like a breakup or a divorce or something going on in the community. But it's not happening to you personally, but it's happening outside of you and your immediate space. This card is indicating this week you might be called upon to help or be supportive, or at least be ready to adjust with whatever's going on here. Again, it's not happening to you, but it is happening in a way where you need to be ready to act. For your challenge this week, you've got the Three of Wands upright. Staying in communication. Responsiveness, making sure that you are playing hot potato correctly, right? And for those of you who don't know that phrasing, it just basically means you've got to stay on the ball. The Three of Wands is all about launches, accelerations, big wins, as well as even good opportunities for ships to come in, and even a chance for a lot of things to get initiated or get launched that have been waiting their turn. However, this is a week that might require you to be more responsive with your communications and allow things to move forward so you don't miss out. And for your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the Emperor card upright. And it looks like this week there's going to be some really good news coming in love, either through a partner or a significant other, or something that's benefiting the couple as a whole because of some kind of rise to new power or authority. Now, this could be a partner or a significant other becoming a bit more of a superhero, kind of dominating the playing field, or this could be some news coming in the form of favor with something that you and a partner have been working with. And for those of you who are single or are available to new people, the Emperor card upright indicates kind of a powerhouse in your area or around you this week that could actually be a very special match. But also, again, somebody who commands the playing field. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you found this helpful. And if you did, don't forget my name is Nico, Son of Selene, and should you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Blessed be all my Leo people, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see what's going on when it comes to your weekly astrological weather and tarot traffic reports for the week starting June 16th, 2025. And just a quick reminder for everybody out there, if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow the links in the down bar below. So what's going on when it comes to your week and your astrology weather? Well, the 16th through the 19th, we've all got a bit of a tough aspect to navigate with Jupiter in Cancer square to Saturn and Neptune in Aries. And there could be some issues coming up where some conflicts and a crisis of faith around some kind of old business relating to either a family matter, an old road, an old story, or maybe even something going on behind the scenes in your life could be hitting a bit of a pressure point. And what can sometimes happen with this crisis or conflict of faith is that we realize that we might need to change roads or abandon something that we once held on to or held out for, and that can create a crisis of faith or a conflict. However, on the 22nd, we've got Mars in Virgo sextile to that Jupiter in Cancer, bringing in some very important, bold breakthroughs for you. And Mars is coming in like a superhero and saving the day. And whatever it is you may have to be ready to change course from or abandon, well, it's okay because Mars is bringing in something comparable or better. So that's what we've got for your astrology and the weather. Let's have a look and see what's going on with your tarot and the traffic. All right, Leo, here's your traffic. And it looks like for your big spiritual theme or your big focus, you have the Ten of Cups in reverse. Now, the Ten of Cups in reverse is indicating this week could be a bit difficult, as you are going to need to be smart and discerning about navigating the world of reality versus the world of illusions. This week, there could be a lot of situations that come up where you are noticing people are going to be trying to win you over to ideas or to situations or connections or commitments or pursuits that are only good skin deep, and then everything else underneath is not really good at all. You may even be discovering some things historically, from the past that could be doing that. Even though this can be a complicated card, it is a card that does indicate that things can work out really, really well if we can sort out fact from fiction. For your material circumstances, work, job, and finances, you've got the Two of Wands in reverse. Now, this is a neutral reversed card. It's not bad, it's not good, but it is calling for a heads up, because the Two of Wands reversed is all about miscommunication, as well as things getting lost in translation around some kind of plan, meeting, project, paperwork, or financial arrangement. And with the Two of Wands reversed, things could get a little bit topsy-turvy a little bit quickly. And so with this card, it's just this week, there might be something that you need to catch that is moving forward in error and set it on its right course so it is set up for success, whether this is something that's getting initiated or something that just ended up in the wrong lane. But once you do, it'll be good. Oh, thank God. All right, so we have a good reversed card here. Solid good. With the Seven of Cups reversed as your community card. Friends, relatives, other people in your life. And the Seven of Cups reversed is the card of commitments. Something being made solid, and also distractions and problems and expenses dissipating from something where they've been causing trouble. Now, a lot of the times with the Seven of Cups reversed, we can also see some kind of important link or union getting established that is going to be really helpful to you and all other parties involved. This could be a plan that you're finally getting in motion with somebody important in your life, or something that's finally getting the space to get put in motion in your life. Your challenge this week is the Five of Wands upright. And the Five of Wands upright is indicating conflict, possibly some kind of combative nature, or maybe even fights going on in a group or in a situation where competing ideas or competing priorities or competing values are hitting a boiling point. Now, with the Five of Wands as a challenge, you do need to be ready to stand your ground. You can't let people get in your head, and you need to be ready to hold your own. Sometimes the Five of Wands upright asks for us to be ready to hold on to what we've got and also stand up for what we believe in. But it can also come at the time where, again, it's possible a group or one or two other people are just not seeing eye to eye, and it might actually hit, again, a conflict point. For your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the Devil upright. The Devil is indicating this week there could be some issues coming up where you might find that an adversary or an adversarial influence or even a toxic friend, toxic association, or toxic relative, either of a significant other's or maybe even one of yours, is imposing some rather bad energy onto yourself or your space or your partner. And with the Devil, this is likely going to be somebody that's already been a problem and somebody that is not a surprise, but you're going to need to be ready. And maybe that's what that Five of Wands was telling you to get ready to throw down about. Whether it's a bad friend of yours or your partner's, a bad relative of yours or your partner's, this can't be abided. When it comes to those of you who are single or available to new people, watch out for bad package deals this week. There could be something coming up where you might need to take some extra time getting to know what's going on that is not being shared from a prospective new person, because it could be, again, just a bad package deal that we don't need right now. And don't forget, you've got a rising and a moon sign to check out, so that might give you more context or show you your other options. So that's what I've got for you all. I hope you found this helpful. And if you did, don't forget my name is Nico, Son of Selene, and if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Blessed be all of my Virgo people out there, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see just what is going on when it comes to your weekly astrological weather and tarot traffic reports for the week starting June 16th, 2025. And just a quick reminder for everybody out there, if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow the links in that down bar below. So what's going on when it comes to your astrology weather for the week? Well, on the 16th and through the 19th, we've all got a pretty tough aspect to deal with. Jupiter in Cancer, your 11th house of friendships and your support system, square to Saturn and Neptune in Aries, your 8th house of shared resources, shared responsibilities, and bonus capital. And this is bringing about conflicts and crises of faith. And this can sometimes show up, especially for you, where maybe something where we have blurred a boundary in a friendship situation, or maybe around some kind of group commitment, or even a work matter where the personal and the professional, or the personal and the financial, or the practical and the connective are not working out very well. And this could be creating an issue for either a practical matter or a personal connection, and we might need to be ready to face some conflicts or crises of faith as we go ahead. However, on the 22nd, Mars in Virgo in our sign is coming in and forming a brilliant sextile to that Jupiter and bringing about a bold breakthrough. And it looks like we're all going to be enjoying Mars being a bit of a superhero this week, just at the end of the week, to give us a way out of whatever that conflict and crisis was. So that is what we've got for your astrology and the weather. Let's have a look and see what's going on with your tarot and the traffic. All right, Virgo, here's your traffic. And it looks like for your big spiritual theme or your big focus, you've got the Page of Pentacles in reverse. This week is kind of a week of many quits and a lot of drops, but you're making them. And this is a week where a lot of you could be actually very relieved by the Page of Pentacles reversed, because this is the card of dropping things that have been weighing us down, or dropping things or walking away from things or quitting things that we already want to quit, that are already working against us, that are already not taking good care of us. And if there are things that have just been really hard to get away from or let go or drop or cancel or quit, this is a week where a lot of openings for escapes will be there. For your material circumstances, work, job, and finances, you've got the Knight of Cups upright. This week, you might actually be kind of the big Virgo on campus in all things business and finance. The Knight of Cups is all about popularity, love, support, but also important gifts and important favors really hooking you up. And it could actually be with the Knight of Cups that a lot of you are also going to be benefiting from some kind of ally, be they professional or just a personal ally, going above and beyond the call of duty and really helping you out. For your community with friends and relatives and other people in your life, you've got the Queen of Wands upright. And the Queen of Wands is all about promotional support. So again, we have more help coming to the Virgos. The Queen of Wands is indicating that there could be a helpful friend, an ally, or maybe even somebody new in your life that is helping to raise up something that could use a bit more awareness and a bit more support, using the support, the resources, and the power that they have. With the Queen of Wands, you definitely want to get out of their way. This is the card of the promotion, the promoter, the talent agent, right? The one who's going to take you to big places and make you a star. And you want to make sure that you allow them to cook. For your challenge this week, you've got that Four of Wands upright. You don't have any real challenges. I mean, you really don't. The Four of Wands is all about celebration, milestone achievements, and big accomplishments, and also some kind of important turning point that's going to allow you to live a more comfortable life. Now, if this card is coming up as a challenge, there are two things that could be happening. Number one, you got to let yourself. Or number two, it's just possible that this milestone is requiring you to be ready to make some kind of important move in order to meet your fortune. And for your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the Eight of Cups upright. And the Eight of Cups is indicating that this week there could be some kind of departure or some kind of lift going on in a relationship. Now, it could be really good news. A lot of the times, the Eight of Cups, we see something going on where somebody is leaving something behind that is actually bad for them or is not taking good care of them. Now, this could be something you and a partner are finally able to do. You're getting news that you can finally leave something behind that's been working against both of you. A partner may be leaving a bad or toxic job or situation in their life that's also been a problem for you. Or you might also find that this is just an opportunity for some kind of special trip or move to freshen up the energy in your space. And for those of you who are single or are available to new people, the Eight of Cups is indicating that it's very possible that you might make a special connection or get a chance to start leaning into a special connection where some kind of distance is just going to have to be closed, but it will if you stay the course. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, Son of Selene, and should you ever want to get a personal reading with me, you can head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Blessed be all my Libra people out there, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see just what's going on when it comes to your weekly astrological weather and tarot traffic reports for the week starting June 16th, 2025. And just a quick reminder for everybody out there, if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow the links in that down bar below. So what's going on when it comes to your astrology weather for the week? Well, on the 16th and through the 19th, we've all got a bit of a tough aspect to go through. Jupiter in Cancer, square to Saturn and Neptune in Aries. Jupiter is in your 10th house of career, upward mobility, status, and promotions. And there could be something coming up where a work commitment, a career track, or maybe even some kind of plan around a financial or career status matter is coming under a crisis of faith or encountering a big conflict. We may realize that something is not panning out or showing up or will not the way we expected or planned or hoped. And this might require us to be ready to make some bold moves to maybe distance ourselves from what we once were holding out for or holding on to. However, on the 22nd, Mars in Virgo, sextile to that Jupiter in your 10th house, is coming in as a stealthy superhero and coming in and helping you with some kind of big, bold breakthrough, a secret opportunity, a secret gift, or maybe hidden road will be opened up by Mars as we go into the beginning of next week to help get you out of whatever jam you encounter. So that's what we've got for your astrology and the weather. Let's have a look and see what's going on with your tarot and the traffic. All right, Libra, here's your traffic. And it looks like for your big spiritual theme, your big focus, you've got the High Priestess upright. And this week is all about helpful interference, doing for you what you can't do for yourself. Because the High Priestess always shows up as a guide, as backup. The High Priestess is the person who has the secret know-how, as well as maybe even the matchmaking or the connection opportunities that we need. And for a lot of you Libras, you're going to be getting that help. And you want to make sure this week you are letting people escort you down roads that they choose to the goals you want to accomplish. For your material circumstances, work, job, finances, and practical affairs, you've got the Ten of Pentacles upright. This week, you're likely going to be getting a chance to wrap up some kind of chapter as it relates to a financial, household, or professional story that you have been in, and likely one that will come with a pretty good payoff. With the Ten of Pentacles, this is all about the completion of a story that, again, is also going to be bringing more material comfort and security into our lives. However, because it is a 10 card, it does indicate, again, something is going to change and it'll never be the same. For your community with friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you've got the Eight of Wands in reverse. Now, the Eight of Wands in reverse is the card of redirects. It is the card of maybe plans going into taking on a different kind of motion. Sometimes this card can indicate a news of a change of plans, or something can't continue on the trajectory that it's on, and so it needs to be ready to make a big left turn. This could be disappointing, or this could be very refreshing depending on what's going on. And this is likely something you'll be sharing with a friend, a family member, or somebody in your community. Ugh. And for your challenge this week, you've got the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. And the Knight of Pentacles in reverse is indicating this week you might need to be extra careful because it's very possible to get a bit overwhelmed or overworked. And the Knight of Pentacles is a card of prosperity and wealth at the end of the day, so you could be rolling in it this week. But if you want time for other things, like people or rest, then you are going to need to know how to budget yourself. Sometimes it can be easy with this card to kind of become a bit of a workaholic and a drudge, and you don't want to go in that direction. And this week, there could be a lot of things that could overcommit you. Don't block yourself from, enjoying a good time and raising up in the world, but also at the same time, make sure that you leave room on your plate for other things. And for your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the Three of Pentacles upright. And the Three of Pentacles is indicating some kind of really important development around a team or a team effort or a collaboration is going to be helping to solidify something that has been unclear or maybe lacking solidity around something you're working on with a partner or a significant other. Now, this could be maybe a plan coming together, or maybe something exceeding expectations that's already working. And there's likely going to be some kind of help that is making this so. Whether this is, again, a trusted ally of the household or the family or the relationship, or maybe even something coming from our friendship circle. And for those of you who are single or are available to new people, it's very possible that through some kind of work or social connection that you have, you could be linked up with a good opportunity. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, Son of Selene, and should you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's Integrative Mysticism. Blessed be all of my Scorpio people out there, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see just what's going on when it comes to your weekly astrological weather and tarot traffic reports for the week starting June 16th, 2025. And just a quick reminder, if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. So what's going on when it comes to your week? Well, the 16th to the 19th, we've all got a bit of a tough one with Jupiter in Cancer square to Saturn and Neptune at the same time, which is bringing up crises of faith and conflicts, especially in matters around work, reputation, schedule, and what we're putting out to the world, and also our opportunities for movement and expansion with our projects. And there may be a realization that there is some kind of commitment or some kind of plan or setup that you have that you need to be ready to grow out of, that you need to start changing your trajectory to move away from. This is especially true in situations where you might be realizing you're getting a chance to, have your day in the sun, but you are going to need to be ready to let go of the way that you have gone about doing your business, or maybe even some plans that you've made for later on in the year. However, with June 22nd rolling around at the end of the week, Mars in Virgo, forming a brilliant sextile to Jupiter in Cancer, is helping you to get out of some kind of traffic hangup, and a bold breakthrough is coming on you in order for you to be able to have and score a lucky break that's going to be getting you out of a stuck condition that's been keeping you going in circles and alleviate whatever crisis comes up. So that's what we've got for your astrology and the weather. Let's have a look and see what's going on with your tarot and the traffic. All right, Scorpio, time for your tarot traffic. And it looks like for your big spiritual theme or your big focus, you've got the Eight of Pentacles upright. So this week is going to be a week where a lot of opportunities to do some fine-tuning, updates, and upgrades to a lot of things in your life are going to be plentiful. The Eight of Pentacles is all about going through a lot of experiences where our tools, our practices, and yes, even our financial affairs get a chance to go through some serious upgrades, especially the ones that are long overdue. However, you might also need to be ready to get involved with some rolling up of your sleeves to do some editing, correcting, perfecting, and redirecting of things that maybe you didn't know were working very well for you. For your material circumstances, work, job, and finances, you have the Five of Pentacles reversed. And I'm smiling because the Five of Pentacles reversed is something you absolutely want reversed. You never want this card upright, because the Five of Pentacles reversed is all about help and voids getting filled and things being restored that were once lost or lacking. Now, this could be money, this could be a professional opportunity, this could be business in general, but you are going to be getting a chance to have something filled back up that has been in a place of lack or emptiness for a while. And so you want to make sure that you are definitely okay and receptive to that. For your community with friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you have the Two of Pentacles upright. This week, there could be something coming up where you are going to have to be ready to balance competing priorities or commitments. I think you can actually do it, but the Two of Pentacles is indicating something is getting busier or more demanding faster than expected, even though we might have already planned for something like that. It could be a little bit of a disruption and it could throw off a little bit of your schedule, but if you can finesse this, you can work it. For your challenge this week, you've got the Ace of Pentacles upright. This week is going to be all about stabilizing your world. And with the Ace of Pentacles as a challenge, your challenge is to focus on what pays off and what's working versus what doesn't. Make sure that you are very much more scrutinizing than you maybe normally are when it comes to dealing with people or with situations or maybe even new opportunities. And it does require you to be a little bit more closed-minded and a bit more careful. However, with the Ace of Pentacles, again, it's about, again, doing a bit of a quality check on your world to set you up for success later. And for your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you have the Moon reversed. Now, the Moon card reversed is all about reveals, and this week is going to be full of reveals in your personal life. The Moon card reversed is about secrets getting unveiled and unburdened, maybe even, again, hidden opportunities or riddles getting solved or revealed for what they are. Now, this could be something that you and a partner are discovering together, something coming as news to you guys, or maybe even something getting revealed that has been a puzzle or a problem or a riddle we've not been able to solve from the past. And for those of you who are single or available to new people, it could be that something hiding in plain sight, maybe a wallflower, or maybe somebody holding a hidden torch, or maybe just a fresh face hidden in the crowd is going to get revealed. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, Son of Selene, and should you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's Integrative Mysticism. Blessed be all of my Sagittarius people out there, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see just what's going on when it comes to your weekly astrological weather and tarot traffic reports for the week starting June 16th, 2025. And just a quick reminder for everybody out there, if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow the links in that down bar below. So what's going on with your astrology weather and this week? Well, the 16th through the 19th, you've got Jupiter in Cancer square to Neptune and Saturn at the same time in Aries. And so this is a tough one that we are each and all going through. And this is bringing up a conflict or a crisis of faith around some kind of financial or material concern that could be tied up with an investment, a joint financial responsibility, or a joint venture of some kind, or possibly an issue where maybe challenges around shared responsibilities come up in another way, whether it's with partners, business partners, friends, family, it does not matter. But an entanglement needs to be sorted out. But the conflict and the crisis of faith could also be causing people who may actually not care about the conflict to be upset about the fact that something has to be done. And that can create a crisis of faith as well. Luckily, on the 22nd, we've got Mars in Virgo, sextile to that Jupiter in Cancer, and a bold breakthrough from superhero Mars is bringing a solution that is going to help you get out of this sticky situation and hopefully settle everything in a way that works for everybody, but it will certainly work for you and the highest interest of all concerned. And so that's what we've got for your astrology and the weather. Let's have a look and see what's going on with your tarot and the traffic. All right, Sagittarius, here's your tarot traffic. And it looks like for your big spiritual theme or your big focus for this week, you've got the Ace of Swords, and it's upright. The Ace of Swords upright is all about roads opening and green lights turning on and red lights turning green. And so for a lot of you this week, a lot of things in your life that maybe you have been waiting on responses for, waiting on openings for, waiting on space for, are going to be given it. But also with the Ace of Swords, with the green lights turning on, you've got to be ready to hit the gas. A lot of opportunities are going to be coming up, but remember, opportunities knock, but they don't beg. And you might have to be ready to get more involved, get more active than maybe you've budgeted your time for, but it will be worth it. For your material circumstances, work, job, and finances, you have the Four of Swords reversed, And the Four of Swords reversed is all about, well, things starting to pick up the pace very, very quickly. Overnight changes and even rushes of activity. Now, this can actually be really, really good if you're trying to pick up hours, pick up sales, pick up money, pick up business. But with the Four of Swords reversed, you've got to be careful about things going too much or things going too far. And so it's going to be actually really, really good, but you're going to have to be ready to turn on a dime for things and also know how to curb enthusiasm so that you actually can have maybe a more balanced life this week as well. For your community with friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you've got the Knight of Swords upright. And the Knight of Swords is all about help coming your way from somebody that is actually going to help you clear up a problem, clear some brush. The Knight of Swords is a champion to our cause. This is somebody who's coming in to help us fight a battle we've been fighting on our own, or maybe help us on a journey we've been going on our own. This could be a friend coming forward and doing that, coming with answers, coming with resources, or this could be a family member or a member of your community. But whatever the case is, you've got reinforcements. Your challenge this week is the Nine of Swords in reverse. Facing your fears. There are a lot of things that are going to be coming up this week that might actually be a little bit pushy when it comes to having you face certain concerns, certain hang-ups, or certain, complications. Whether this has to do with a personal fear of, say, public speaking, or maybe you're conflict avoidant, or maybe you don't like to be a dissenting voice, or whatever is going on there. The Nine of Swords reverse is saying this week is actually going to be really good to you, but if you are letting insecurities or personal hang-ups make decisions for you, then you're not necessarily going to have the best week you could. And finally, for your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you have the Temperance card upright. And the Temperance card upright is indicating this week there could be some very cool news where something is getting healed, restored, or maybe even nurtured that you and a partner have been struggling to heal, restore, or nurture. Whether this is something that kind of started to decline in your lives, something that you've been wishing would happen for yourself or a partner, or something that's just been kind of off base or out of balance as far as you guys are concerned. The Temperance card upright says, again, a good healing and restoration is on the way. And for those of you who are single or are available to new people, there is going to be an opportunity for you to take some baby steps with regards to a new or new-ish connection. However, you do want to make sure that you take things slowly. The Temperance card says good things come to those who take their time. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, Son of Selene, and should you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Blessed be all of my Capricorn people out there, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see just what's going on when it comes to your weekly astrological weather and tarot traffic reports for the week starting June 16th, 2025. And just a quick reminder, if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, where you can follow the links in that down bar below. So what's going on when it comes to your week? Well, the 16th through the 19th, we've got a tough aspect, each and all of us, with Jupiter in Cancer square Saturn and Neptune at the same time. And this is bringing up conflicts and crises of faith. And for you, this is happening between your 7th house of partnerships and closest one-on-one connections and your house of family, home economics, and residential concerns. And what can happen here is that there could be a clash or a conflict coming up where a restriction or an issue around a household or family setup is the source of some problems around a partnership matter or ambition. And we may have to be caught in a situation where we realize something has to be changed in order for a partnership or a partnership ambition to thrive. And the conflict and the crisis of faith here could come in the form of, well, no, nobody gets to have any cake and eat it too if there's no cake, and so something's going to have to be done. On the 22nd, however, we've got Mars in Virgo, sextile to that Jupiter in Cancer, and bringing a bold breakthrough that is going to also be a very good solution to whatever crisis or conflict comes up, and something that's going to actually be very good to you and a partnership that is looking to make it big and make an important, bold move in the near future. So that's what we've got for your astrology and the weather. Let's have a look and see what's going on with your tarot and the traffic. All right, Capricorn, here's your tarot traffic. And it looks like for your big spiritual theme, your big focus for this week, you've got the Six of Cups reversed. So the Six of Cups reversed is all about a cleaning of your personal slate. This is going to be a time where a lot of repeating patterns, past patterns, or things that have been keeping you or something you care about stuck in the past are coming up for release. Now, this is actually a really good reversed card, and the Six of Cups upright can also be good. So it's, one of those situations where you don't want to be like, reversed card. You know those personality types. The thing about the Six of Cups reversed, though, you've got to remember is that you have also got to be ready for a release and replacement experience several times as well. But whatever is replacing what is getting cleaned off your plate, it's going to be really good for you. For your material circumstances, work, job, and finances, you've got the King of Wands upright. The King of Wands upright is all about somebody going out of their way to give you an opportunity to get either professionally or financially hooked up. The King of Wands, I always refer to this card as the guy with the hookup. Might not be a guy, by the way. But if you have been maybe looking for something to pull you out of a rut, financially or professionally, or you're just looking for something to shake things up, this is the card you want to have. With the King of Wands, there could be something coming where you are getting some kind of special recognition, special opportunity to strut your stuff, or maybe even something that could raise up your reputation and therefore your influence or your authority or your responsibility or your rank in a work or financial situation. For your community with friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you do have the Empress reversed. Now, the Empress reversed is kind of a problem card because the Empress reversed is all about a situation where somebody that is connected to something that we have going on, right? A call coming from inside the house could be stirring up some trouble. Now, this can often show up in this position as, a friend in a friendship group or a family member or a member of a team or a community that we're in that's already got a history of being that bitch. And I feel like this week there could be a problem where you have to be ready to nip something in the bud. The Empress reverse can often show up where somebody is also their own worst enemy, a self-saboteur, and just plain irresponsible and not conscientious. And you might have to be ready to overcompensate for that. For your challenge this week, you've got the Five of Swords upright. This week, you got to be okay with being the bad guy. You got to be okay with saying the mean thing. You've got to be okay with being upfront, especially in situations where people are already being bad. The Five of Swords is the card of hurt feelings and conflict and arguments, and yet at the same time, when it comes up as a challenge, you got to be ready to sometimes do that. And sometimes that means being the reality check. Sometimes that means you're defending the greater good. Sometimes that just means you are doing the right thing. And unfortunately, the right thing isn't always nice to people who are not doing the right thing. And for your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the Three of Cups reversed. This week, there could be some issues coming up around maybe a challenge or a problem where, again, an association is creating a bit of drama. Now, it could be that Empress reversed if they're a friend or a family member, or it could be something else. The Three of Cups reversed can indicate issues where friends and community and relatives could be making some hell in a group situation or whatever. And you and a partner may need to just be ready to kind of go, you know what? We got to put him or her on timeout. For those of you who are single or are available to new people, this week you might be able to find a connection that is actually a good connection with you, but you might not necessarily mesh with each other's people. And it's going to be up to you to decide if that's something you could work with. For some people, that's cool. For some people, that's not cool. It's always on a case-by-case basis. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, Son of Selene. And should you ever want to get a personal reading, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Blessed be all of my Aquarius people out there, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see just what's going on when it comes to your weekly astrological weather and tarot traffic reports for the week starting June 16th, 2025. And just a quick reminder for everybody out there, if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow the links in that down bar below. So what is going on when it comes to your astrology weather and this week? Well, the 16th through the 19th, we've all got a bit of a tough transit to go through with Jupiter in Cancer, square to Saturn and Neptune in Aries. And this is bringing up crises and conflicts of faith. And for you, this is likely going to be showing up in some kind of work area, professional relationship, or maybe some kind of collaborative setup or contract concern. A lot of the times this can show up where there is a revelation that we have to be ready to give something up or end something that has become a problematic status quo. But at the same time, it is going to be something that affects more people than just us. However, with that being said, the conflict and the crisis of faith here is not as tough for you as other zodiac signs. Believe me, the Virgos are going to be going through it. The truth of the matter is that you are going to need to be ready to maybe be a bit disappointing to others or get ready to close up shop somewhere. But the good news is with June 22nd, Mars in Virgo is going to be sextile that Jupiter in Cancer. And there could be some kind of bold breakthrough, bold help, or bold saving grace coming your way that's going to not only solve the crisis or the conflict that occurs earlier in the week, but also bring a close, powerful ally your way. So that's what we've got for your astrology and the weather. Let's have a look and see what's going on with your tarot and the traffic. Aquarius, let's look at your traffic. And it looks like for your big spiritual theme, your big focus, you've got the Five of Cups, and it's reversed, which means it's actually really good because the Five of Cups upright is not so great. The Five of Cups reversed is all about a week where you are getting a chance to start acquiring replacements for things that have not been working for you or things that have been missing from your life for a long time. So if you're looking to replace a job that you don't like, if you're looking to replace something that you lost once upon a time, if you're looking to replace something that disappeared once upon a time, this is a great card to have. However, it could require you to be ready for a bit of a rearranging of your world as, again, a lot of things that you could do with replacing are coming up to get replaced. For your material circumstances, work, job, and finances, you've got the Two of Cups upright. And the Two of Cups upright is all about, well, some kind of important union, agreement, commitment, or collaboration that is going to pay off and pay dividends for you. Now, this could be something going on with a hookup from a friend, a professional relationship, or an ally, or maybe even just the joining of forces around an account or project, or maybe something more personal. Whatever the case is with the Two of Cups, you're going to be really happy it's happening. For your community with friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you've got the Seven of Pentacles, and it's reversed. Now, the Seven of Pentacles reversed is also a good reverse card because there is something that has become a burden, a problem, a liability, or some kind of constant headache finally going away. Now, this could be an obligation that you've had, an obstacle that you've contended with, or even something that you've taken on or acquired that has continued to do bad by you. But either way, it's getting taken off your back. Your challenge this week is the Magician upright. The Magician upright is not a bad card. It's actually a really, really good card. But when it comes up as a challenge, we need to be ready because there is some kind of help coming from maybe a rising star, a helpful person, a helpful friend, a trusted connection or confidant that you do want to welcome. But with the Magician as a challenge, what can often happen is that their methods, their tools, or their strategies could come contrary to maybe you or your ethics or your values, right? This is one of those situations where it's like somebody's here to help you out, but they're kind of going to do it in a way where you're being very well taken care of, but it could stir the pot for others. Let it happen anyway. And for your relationships, love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the Two of Swords in reverse. This is the card. This is one of our solid commitment cards. One of our solid, link cards. Because the Two of Swords reverse is all about a road being chosen and set in motion. And for a lot of you who are coupled, this is going to be a time where you and a significant other are finally getting a chance to commit and commence with something that has maybe been at a crossroads stage for a long time. And there's going to be an enormous amount of relief from that as well. Sometimes this can be just a time of a waiting period being over, which is also nice to hear too. For those of you who are single or available to new people, the Two of Swords reverse is indicating if you've been playing the field in a good way, I think your mind's going to be made up this week. If you are still just kind of seeing what's out there, the Two of Swords reverse is indicating somebody that wants a very similar, if not exactly the same kind of relationship dynamic as you, is likely going to be rising up in your field of vision in a more prominent way this week. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, Son of Selene, and should you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Blessed be all of my Pisces people out there, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see just what is going on when it comes to your weekly astrological weather and tarot traffic reports for the week starting June 16th, 2025. And just a quick reminder for everybody out there, if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow the links in the down bar below. So what's going on when it comes to your week? Well, the 16th through the 19th. We've got Jupiter in Cancer square to Saturn and Neptune in Pisces. This is a really tough aspect, and we're each and all going to be going through it in our own ways. But for you, there's likely going to be some kind of conflict or crisis of faith coming up around some kind of personal business, personal enterprise, a financial matter, or a matter of your personal life. And this is likely something that is going to come because of the news of something not being a possibility that we perhaps were hoping to see as a possibility with a given plan, trajectory, or road we have committed to. This can create a conflict or a crisis of faith because what ends up happening is that this can also put us in a situation where we have to think about a new future or a new way of going forward that is contrary to what we had invested in, and the sunken cost fallacy could come up a lot for you this week. However, on the 22nd, Mars in Virgo is going to be forming a beautiful sextile to Jupiter in Cancer and creating some bold breakthroughs to not only alleviate, but maybe even deliver you from whatever conflict or crisis of faith had come up earlier in the week. So be on the ready for that and be open to that. And with that, let's get on and see what is going on with your tarot and the traffic. All right, Pisces, here's your traffic. And it looks like for your big spiritual theme and your big focus, you've got the Strength card upright. This is going to be a week of some really cool developments where a lot of things in your life that have not been performing either at their best or on the right track or in the right way are going through a bit of a transformation. The Strength card is all about healing, augmentation, amplification and power-ups. And so you may also be finding that there are certain things in your life that are starting to get raised up that have been actually very frail or very weak, or things that have kind of suffered in whatever capacity, and not really getting a chance to develop and flourish, that are now having their day. With the Strength card upright, this could show up in the form of material goods. This could be anything. But whatever is happening here, you're going to come through this week and really love it. For your material circumstances, work, job, and finances, you've got the Hermit in reverse. Now, the Hermit reverse is indicating this week there could be some kind of reconnect going on, especially when it comes to maybe some kind of professional or financial contact or situation that you have been out of touch with for a while. Sometimes the Hermit card reverse can indicate a really good bit of news where we might be coming out of obscurity as well. If you've been feeling like you've been invisible or cloistered or getting ignored, and things are just not really noticing you, this is going to be a week where, okay, the trend is changing, and guess what? You're getting noticed, you're getting discovered. I get this card a lot when it's time to rake in some new subscribers and get some new business. And so get ready. Some reconnects and some heightened visibility of you and everything you've got going on is here. For your community with friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you've got the Chariot upright. And the Chariot is indicating some kind of really good news around maybe something that you've got going on where you are invested in a friend or an ally, or something where you are getting a door opened for you. Now, the Chariot is indicating you're going to need to be ready to maybe expand your horizons, or maybe go and see what this is. But the Chariot is also indicating this is something that you are sharing in the success with, or maybe even something that's going to put you on a new road to personal success. The Chariot's all about overcoming obstacles as well as conquering any kind of bad stuff that could have been holding us back in the first place. And for your challenge this week, you've got the Ten of Wands upright, making room for good things. Sometimes the Ten of Wands can show up where we need to see where maybe certain things we have on our plate, or an overfilled plate, is the reason we can't have good things. We can only have so much reality going on at a time. And sometimes the way we set up our schedule, the way we set up our budget, the way we set up how we handle people is not allowing for anything good to come in. And the terms of maybe our reality as it's set up is not allowing good to happen. It's only allowing a high maintenance status quo to go on. And with the Ten of Wands this week, there could be some news where you might be realizing where something is either missing out or could be caused to miss out because of something high maintenance, too time consuming, too demanding, too expensive, or too oppressive that needs to be dropped. Drop it goes. And for your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the Lovers in reverse. And this week, there could be a conflict that comes up with a partner or a significant other about a certain commitment, arrangement, or setup that is proving to be a lose-lose situation or working against us. Now, this could indicate maybe, a plan, a schedule, or maybe even some news that something is not going to manifest, or something is not going to be realized, or something is not going to happen under the conditions that it's been, made or built or stacked to. And we may have to be ready to let go of a lose-lose commitment or a lose-lose relationship situation, right? An account, a plan, or a timeline, or a schedule because of that. However, with the Lovers card reversed, it's important to remember that it is lose-lose, and that is something that, means that you'd be setting yourself and your personal life up for better success if you let go of lose-lose. For those of you who are single or are available to new people, this week there could be something coming up where you need to be careful about, again, a conflict or an issue around maybe a commitment that can't come together under the terms that it's trying to come together. Sometimes this can happen because, again, we're setting up a lose-lose situation under the conditions that it's there, or we need to be ready to kind of think about, okay, is this the right way to do this at all? And before we can go any further with that, that's got to be figured out. But it can still be a good week if we just face facts. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, Son of Selene. And should you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com.